some not jewelry items. Just, I think I got one antique over here, and the other things were just a couple of things that I'll put on Etsy as well. You know, kind of for your vanity table kind of stuff. I've been trying to pick up little trinket boxes, little, you know, vases and things like that. So we'll get started with some of the jewelry that I found recently. So this one is an ivory necklace. Let me hold that up. It's got this kind of clasp. I think the clasp is plastic, and it just screws in like that, and it is on a string, but it's these little discs. Let me see if I can kind of hold it flat like that, and with the ivory you can see the kind of the hatchwork patterns in the ivory. I've got the light right there where you can see it, can't you? But hopefully you can see me okay and see the jewelry okay. Let me get over here and pull up the chat. In case you can't see anything, I'll know. Okay, I see Sonia and Carla. Hey, Carla. So I showed this to you earlier, Carla, so you saw this. But that's the ivory. Then I picked up this one that I'm hoping is amber. I looked for this pattern. That's why I was trying to get it close enough to the camera where you could pick up the pattern in it. It's not going to show well, I don't think, on the camera. But it has these lines through it like this, like crisscrossing lines. And it's very apparent when you look at it on like a flatter piece like this. Now I have a piece that I'm not sure about. It could be bone, it could be ivory, but the surface is not the same, so it's harder to tell. I wish I could get that to show you, but you can look at it. Look online of some close-up photos and you'll see that pattern that I'm talking about, and that gives you a little bit of an indication. I'm no expert, but I can tell that that's not bone. And then this is the one that I'm hoping is amber. Looks like the egg yolk amber or something. What was that? I just saw it pick up on camera. That might just be dirty. I'm not sure what that is. Nope, that's in it. Whatever that is right there is in it. I hope it's not a burn. I think somebody tried to melt it. But that one also has a plastic screw clasp on it. Bye, Sonia. Then I picked up this today. This is a Monet choker. It really kind of looks like one of those dog studded collars or something. I really think it's cool. And it's in the most inconspicuous place. It's very small, but it is marked there on this part, Monet. And that is not going to show. Let me try my loop. See if I can get that to show for y'all. Right there, the writing. Yeah. And I may have it upside down, but you can see that there's writing there. But that's gold tone Monet. Then something for Poshmark was this J. Crew bangle. It's in an antique gold finish, and it has these cognac stones, rhinestones, and it still had the tag, the J. Crew tag. So I'll put that on Poshmark. It's a clamper. This one, not sure if it's stone or glass. Pretty color though. Reminds me of that carnelian. And it has the Indian Buddha symbol on that side and some writing in another language on this side. And that looks to be like, I think, copper, that medallion. This is a Trifari, not crown Trifari, but I'm thinking like 80s Trifari. Has the little spiral mesh balls. It's very short length, but it's marked here. I'll use the loop again. Right there. This one is marked Korea. They're plastic. I thought they would be the glass, like Austrian crystals, but they're plastic, but it's still pretty. And with the Korea mark, I would think this is vintage. The clasp doesn't look as vintage, but I'm not sure. Looks like we have 6 people watching. And remember the thumbs up. This may be an anklet because it's kind of large. That clasp to me looks vintage. Looks like a very simple, older lobster claw. And this has the cat's eye beads that have that iridescent effect to them. So I picked that up, and then in between it has some gold links. Kind of like beads, faceted gold links or beads. This one's an unmarked piece, but with that hook on the back. I think I call it the fish hook. I'm not sure if that's correct. But the chain also has nice detailing on it. I'm not sure if that's going to pick up in the picture, but it has the little ball hanging from the back. But these links are in 3s that are rounded, so it fits nicely against your neck. Like, let me take that in. And that's what the links look like. But you can see from there that they're fitted like that, so when you put it around your neck, it's comfortable. It's gonna get caught in my hair. But yeah, that one was nice. No finish wear. Really good condition. These I had found the other day. I did post them in some of our Facebook groups because I like to know the age and the name of the set. These are the Sarah Coventry from the 60s, and I may have wrote down that name, but I know where to go back and find it. But these have like kind of citrine color rhinestones, and then also the clear rhinestones. I really do need to get something that I can hold up in front of it, but they're very beautiful. And they're signed there with the Sarah Coventry. This was interesting. It's bronze. It's a big heavy box chain. Looks like rose gold in color. Has a nice clasp on it. And it's a good length. It's not super long, but it's a good length. And it's marked on this little tag here. Bronze, Malor, Italy. And usually I find sterling in Mylar, but this one's bronze. So I'm going to do some research on that because that's the first time I found that. But it's a nice weighty chain. This one made me excited because it was never Never worn. It's Crown Trifari. Let me find the little link on it. Here it goes. You can wear it two ways. You can double it like this and clasp it. So it's graduated that way. That's the back side. Let me show you the front of the pendant though. That's the front. And it still had the tag on it, so I know that it's probably never been worn. And it's marked on the back. I'll show you that marking. Crown Trifari. You can see the little crown out on the T. Or you can wear it really long because it's very long. Like that. And it's just beautiful. It's real shiny. No finish wear. Nothing. This one has like chocolate colored pearls, glass faceted beads, and it's on a 14 karat gold filled wire, which it was marked on the little part of the C clasp there. It has the little pearl on the back too, but these are nice. They sparkle really pretty in the right light, which I know I don't have. That's why I thought this would help, but it doesn't. Okay, and find out what else I got over here. This one is pearls as well, and it has natural stones. The toggle's not magnetic, but I kind of think it could be just silver plated. I feel like I see some color coming through there. But it has natural stones in certain places. These are real pearl. That's a piece of stone. And then it has these Baroque type pearls. Now, yep, those are real pearls too. You got the flat, you got different shapes of pearls. Marcasite beads right there. Glass faceted beads. It's like asymmetrical or whatever. It's different on one side than it is on the other. Okay, thanks, Carla. That was the first time I had found something that was not sterling with the Mylor. And it's a good length. It's a real good length on this one. Could probably even double it up as a choker or something if you wanted to. This one's not sterling. It's probably some sort of base pot metal, looks like to me, but it was very interesting with the, I guess it's kind of like what's the term I'm looking for? I'm gonna just call it scrolling until my brain can come up with it. But I liked that, the little hearts, and it has the little links. It looks artisan made, and it has just the little fish hook clasp on it. So that's that bracelet. Welcome back, Sonia. This one is Sarah Coventry I found today. I thought that one was pretty. It's kind of got that frosty glitter silver part, then also the shiny high finish on there as well. I found this little gold tone poodle. He was cute with a little bow tie. And then I wouldn't even begin to know what flower or whatever that is, but it has the little berries in a plastic bead and 2 prong set rhinestones, so I thought those were really nice. And I love the white against the gold. I think it's Trifari that does some of that as well, and I find it pretty often. This one's unmarked though, but I thought that was pretty. Then I picked up this one. This is Crown Trifari. It has the patent pending number on it. It needs some repair. It's missing some rhinestones, but I just couldn't leave it because it was so beautiful. It really looks like diamonds. The way it sparkles, the nice setting. I love how it's raised like that. I'm sure there's a term, but I don't know that. But I love it. So I'll be working on that one, is trying to find some princess cut, little small princess cut rhinestones and some teardrop stones like those, because there's 2 of those missing, and I think about 4 or 5 of the princess cut stones. That's what those are on the edge. They're square. Does everyone on Poshmark get the help keep Poshmark in tip-top shape to review reported listings? I've seen that message, but I don't get it frequently, and I honestly haven't even attempted to worry about it. Let's see any other questions. I didn't see anything else. So one more thing. Brighton. So I pick up Brighton when I find it. It's not something I find all the time, but I do find it here and there. And they sold the bag to me separately for $1, so whatever. I'm sure it was for this. But it is a Brighton charm bracelet, and it has all the Georgia charms. And I live in Georgia, so I was totally excited. It has the state flower, and it says Georgia on the back. It has the peach for the Georgia peach. It has the Coca-Cola. And on this side it says 5 cents, like the old bottles used to say. It has Georgia on my mind. The little music note. That's what that says. I know you can't really make it out, but it's kind of worn off a little bit. It has the little Southern Belle lady on there. It has a peanut, because most people think that we produce mostly peaches, but our cash crop is actually peanut. Then it has the cotton gin, because I think it was invented here in 1793, because it says it on that little part there, but that says cotton gin. And that's all of the charms. But if you don't know a lot about Brighton, when you're looking for Brighton, usually they have that heart-shaped clasp and that little heart dangle with the bee. Let's see if I can get a good close-up of that bee. So if you see that, that's what that is. It's Brighton. I'll try to use mine. There you go. See that cursive bee there? Do I eat a lot of syrup or alga syrup? What is alga syrup? I don't know what that is. I have not sold Brighton shoes. I actually have not come across a pair of Brighton shoes. No, I don't know what alga syrup. I don't know what that is. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. That is the jewelry there. Oh, no. Coral. I found these coral earrings that are beautiful. Prong set, very sparkly. And this is actually painted black, so the front of the fan design is black. And then there's silver tone on the back. And I'll show you the Coro mark. There's the Coro mark there. So these are very beautiful. The only thing that I could see wrong with these is this rhinestone is chipped a little bit right there, but you really, I don't know if I want to take the original stone out. It's really clear and you can't tell. So I'll just divulge that. I love them. And then I found this little swan. It was really, really pretty. It has this little babies. And it's marked 925. It's not magnetic, so I'm going to try to test it somewhere inconspicuous. I'm not going to sell it. I'm going to keep it. I think it's adorable. But it's a nice size little trinket thing, you know. And then sterling, it's hollow, but it has a little bit of weight to it. It's not super thin like some silver things you find. If you push on them, they're so thin that you can dent them in. This is not like that. So I paid $2 for that. It's a syrup that mostly Georgia and Alabama folks know of. Olive for Alabama and Guff for Georgia and Alaga. Oh, dumb question, but just wondering. I have not heard of that. Now, I know we do molasses and stuff like that. You know, they say you sop up your biscuit with the syrup or the molasses or whatever. But maybe that's all it is. Maybe that's just some catchy brand that somebody came up with for like molasses syrup, because, you know, we're biscuit eaters down here. But I don't know. Okay, so I got the jewelry, and I found, we'll move to the jewelry box. This one's not in 100% the best condition, but I do pick up these boxes. It has the fleur-de-lis in a green color printed on it. It's got the gold tone around here. It's got something gross there that I got to clean off. I got it for $3. And inside, it's an earring ring box. It has the small sections, which one of the red ones that I've shown before has those smaller sections. The liner's loose there, but the mirror's in good condition. And it's felted with this blue there. I'm not even sure if this is actually original to the box. This liner, they may have replaced it at some point, but if it doesn't sell, it's not going to hurt anything because I can use it, you know, to store stuff. And this is what I'm talking about when I find little ceramics that you can use on your vanity table. This one's marked UCGC Japan. This one down so maybe I can help focus it. Hey Anita. And it has orchids. Or, nope, that's not orchid, is it? I have some growing in my front yard. Anyway, and this is the same type flower. And this is like a pretty pale pink. It's gold trim. Really rainbowy looking 80s kind of color. I really think this might be from the 80s. And it's marked Japan. I paid $1 and something for this one and 77 cents for that one. Hi Bianca. Is he Southern? Your husband Southern? Okay, so that's those two things. So I put those on my Poshmark for things that, you know, people can use on their vanity table. I try to find the little trinket boxes that they can use to put earrings and rings and those kind of things. You know, just to decorate your vanity table and make it pretty. I had found one a long time ago, I guess almost a year now. These are Turkish soap boxes. When they would go to the bathhouses, they would put their soap in one of these boxes and carry it with them. And that's what these are for. So you put the soap in there, and the holes are, like the other one I have actually has the holes in the bottom so that the water can drain off of your soap. But this one does not. And the other one was in like a base pot metal type. This is brass. And it has a little bit of stuff I need to clean off. Got it for $2.50, but they're pretty old. It's an antique. And I'm starting to collect them, apparently. I've got 2 now. So I think they're neat. They're pretty cool. You could even, I guess, use something like this for incense or something if you wanted to. This one's marked with some numbers here, but I'm not sure what those mean. Yep. Then I've sold a few of these nightgowns, these vintage nightgowns. So I picked up 2 more today because I only had like a couple left, and they seem to be doing so well for me. And I just love them. They're so pretty. I have some for myself too. But this one's a shorter one. And they're so flowy and fluffy. This one has the little puffy sleeves on it, and it has lace on there as well. I'll hold it up this way. It's a light pink color. I just sold one a day or 2 ago for $22, and then I only pay like, I think it's $2.99 maybe for these at Goodwill. So that's one I got today. This is the other one. It's fully laced in the front, so it's very see-through in the front. But it has the tie waist there, and it's actually a longer length, and it has a little bit of lace at the bottom. They're just so feminine and beautiful. I just love to look for them. Sometimes you find them with stains on them. You can't do anything with it. And sometimes, like, I found a really beautiful darker pink color, like a fuchsia, and it had a rip in that chiffon. It had a rip down the front. I was like, oh no. I've had to leave a couple behind that were really, really beautiful. And this has a little lace detail on the top too. So yeah, I gotta get these listed. I put these on Etsy, and they sell for me on Etsy. Here's an older one that I'd picked up in the past. I don't know if I ever shown it. It's a light purple. It's very see-through. It's got the little diamond lace cutouts. This one's by Kaiser. Anita, I sell these on Etsy. I probably should put them on Poshmark too, because they probably sell for me on there. But yeah, this is a very faint light purple color, and it has a double strap, and that's what the back of it looks like. I picked up some hangers the other day, nice new, just for the delicate stuff, you know, get the padded ones like that. I don't like wire hangers. I use either plastic or the padded ones. And I do pick up handbags, so I did pick up, I haven't done my research on it yet though, B. Makowski. I want to say this is like something they sell on QVC or something like that. It's real leather, I believe. I believe this one was a real leather one. Yep, genuine leather. I always look at the tags. Sometimes though, if it's nice enough and it's not leather, I'll pick up a few here or there and list them as vegan. It has this little mark that says the B. Makowski. And it's a two-tone, like Tiffany kind of blue color and a dark navy blue. Has these silver accents. Has a cheetah print interior, very clean. And this one was $5.45. With it being real leather, hopefully I'd get at least $20, $25 for it. Miss Raven, she said her jewelry is gorgeous. Yes. Anita has a lot of lovely stuff. If y'all aren't subscribed to Anita's channel, go check it out. Check out Princess Casserole, which is Carla. Who else we have in here that has a channel? that's all I see at the moment. Unless people are being quiet, because we have seven people online. Here's another handbag. This one screams like Harley Mama to me. I love it. I think it's so cool. I might use it a couple of times before I sell it. It's Isabella Fior. And I haven't purchased, you know, one by this, but when I looked it up and saw the comps for it, I was excited. Because this one only cost $9.99, but I saw comps as high as $300 and something on this designer. And it has a, like a, what's that word I'm looking for? That thick, weighty liner. It's that color there. Oops. We're going to have to discount it for the pen marks. I didn't even notice that. I can't think of that fabric right this minute, but it's that weightier, thicker fabric. Do see a little bit of loss of the coating there. Let's see, was this one leather? I don't remember. Oh well, I don't think it is because I don't see a marking for leather, but it is heavy. It's got a weight to it. It's a nice little slouchy kind of bag. So that was those two. And I think that's everything that I picked up recently. Anybody have any questions? I know I'm planning on coming on Monday night here on my channel to do an auction for some of my stuff. I'm going to do some bags like this size, like your standard sandwich size bags. I put as much as I could get in there, and I wanted to start these at like 10. There's one piece of sterling in each bag. There's at least one thing that's vintage and at least one thing that is signed. And everything, if it's earrings, they're matched up. If it's any piece of jewelry, I tried to find things that were in great condition, you know, not wearing down, no finish wear, no broken bits, nothing like that. And so you have some things, if you're on Poshmark and you're reselling on Poshmark, you know, you can stick stuff like Charming Charlie, little earrings on Poshmark. There is a watch in each bag. I did that. So I'll give y'all a sneak peek. Miss Raven, you like that purse? Yeah, I do too. I think it's really cool, even if it's not leather, which I tend to usually gravitate towards the leather handbags. It seems like it still is a durable bag. There's another bag that I have in there. So you got things like that. That's a vintage, either Monet or Trifari. I can't remember. That's what that one is. But I'm going to do things like that, and then I'm going to probably do a few individual pieces. Thanks, Miss Raven. Oh, Sonia, I said I'm going to start these at 10 and let y'all go at it for the bags. See how they do. You know, I want everybody to be happy, so I said I was going to put at least one piece of sterling in each bag, and I made sure everything, one piece of sterling, at least one thing that's vintage, at least one thing that's signed. There's one watch in each one. I picked out watches that I thought were nice, wearable. You know, they will need a battery. I haven't put any, I don't take watches apart. I haven't even sold a watch yet. I have one that I want to list because it's a vintage and it has natural stones on it, but I have to put a battery in it first. Here's another one. So these are the ones that I've made up so far that will be available. I've got 6 made so far. Oh, no, I showed you this one already. I showed you that one, that one. Yeah, I showed you that one. Here's one. I have a ton of purses too, between what I have in my room in there, and if I showed you right now like how many purses are hanging around in this room, you'd be amazed. That and scarves. I have so many scarves as well. I need to go through and get rid of some of them and list them along with all the other scarves hanging over there that need to be listed. If y'all hadn't checked out Bougie Bear on Etsy to see some of the types of things that I sell, I do the clothing, the vintage outfits, and stuff like that. If you're into the retro looks and the vintage looks. This one, maybe I could stick something else in there. They kept coming unzipped or whatever. So you can see the sterling piece in that one. It's a charm. This one's not done. I'm packing it still. I have a bowl of jewelry over here to pack. All this stuff right here is going to go into some bags. And I'll try to do y'all want a handbag? Do y'all want to do something like handbags or something? I have so many of those I could auction that off too. Y'all just let me know what y'all are interested in. I don't, but I can put it in there. I can add that. I know, Anita, you're connected to me on Instagram and probably Facebook too. So I know you can find me. I have a Facebook page, Bougie Bear Vintage Facebook page as well. And I share on there what I've sold. I share on Instagram what I've sold. Yeah, that's the two places that I share my solds and my new items coming to my store and stuff like that. Oops, I just hit the wrong button. Pulled up something else. So if, oh, did I, yeah, I showed you that one. Is there any other questions or anything? Anybody's suggestions on, so Sonia, you'd like to see handbags in the auction? Here's that necklace from Sandy that I won in the auction. I don't know if I'd showed it yet, but I love wearing it. I wore it today. Okay, we can do some handbags. I can do a couple of handbags. And Anita, did you see this bracelet? I think I'm going to do that as a single item in the auction. I know you like the hearts and stuff. And then I'm doing some poodle brooches. I know Dawn's into the poodles. I will, Anita. I'll put the links in there so everybody can find me. And I do have a website, which is bougiebearvintage.com, where it'll link you and take you to my YouTube, to my store, and to maybe my Instagram too. The only thing I don't have linked there yet is my Poshmark. And I've just been lazy about going back and going through the trouble of rearranging things on my website. I could do something like that too. Yeah, it could be a handbag with a scarf and some jewelry. That's a good idea. Because I definitely have some silk scarves that I could get rid of. I have some leather handbags. I have some wicker handbags. Like this was one I picked up not too long ago. This one is like beaded. I don't know if y'all are, I don't know. I get excited about all these different little things, but this one's beaded, vintage. Yeah, I could do a lot of those different kind of things and make it like, do you want it, could be like a mystery one or something? Or I could tie the scarf onto the handbag so that way you could see the scarf. And maybe like just one thing, like a bracelet or some earrings or a necklace. Okay, well, we've been going at it for about 40 minutes, so if y'all give me a thumbs up share my video with anybody that might be interested in jewelry or vintage clothing and stuff like that. And we'll see you next time on my next video. Bye guys. Thank you.